we're back. The time is now.
Hello, folks. Hello. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. That was a big echo somewhere going on. Anyway, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon in the UK, in America, 6 in the morning. We are back at it. The day after Doomsday, the day after the massacre. Maybe not. Some will be all right with what happened yesterday. And there was a big dust up between someone that we know and myself, because he wants to criticize the channel. He wants to criticize us, the fans, instead of the protagonists on the pitch. He took off. He rode with the wind. We saw him later on 90s Mags, repping new colors maybe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's not funny around anymore and welcome him.
Believe me, together we can change history.
Oh, man.
I can't be bothered with all this shooting.
Together
mighty win. So have you taken a couple of hours of sleep, whatever you could, to reflect, to meditate on your takes from last night? Have you come
for a start, I took a couple of hours to watch the game again.
All right, there we go. So now we're going the right direction, folks. Come on. All right. And what's your conclusion?
And I counted 26 involvements in 90 minutes of Dan Burn, and 24 of them he did perfect. Or as well as can be expected under the circumstances.
What are the circumstances?
Well, for example, if you, my statistics didn't correlate, by the way, with anybody else's, but I'm using my eyes. So if Dan Burn goes into a tackle, comes away with a ball, and because of the circumstances of the event, has to get rid of it, it's not necessarily going to go to a black and white shirt.
No.
But it always goes to safety. It always goes to the other end of the pitch.
First of all, my problem is I criticize Dan Burn because he didn't play good. Simple. But it's not because of him in this particular case. He didn't play good because the manager put him in as a left back. And that's not his position.
But again...
So, if 90% of people say that
he wasn't playing left back. If you look at 90% of his involvements in the only time he went to left back was when he was going across there to cover when Anthony Gordon or J7 hadn't come back in time, or Arsenal were putting extra bodies down there, so he went across to cover that. So this nonsense about Arsenal choosing to attack down the left all the time, down their right all the time, just didn't hold up to it wasn't the fact, and it certainly wasn't the game I watched yesterday, which is what I couldn't understand. But anyway, nonetheless, the whole point is that the fucking meltdown and the reaction, the overreaction, in my opinion, yesterday to what was us getting beat off arguably the second best team in the league was just that, complete overreaction.
But that doesn't have to. Again, that's not an overreaction. You keep looking at Arsenal. We beaten 2-1 by Barcelona. You know, all these after the match in hindsight statements that it doesn't matter, because what happened on the pitch? What happened on the pitch? We didn't even put up a fight.
What happened on the pitch
the goal.
There was a lot of subpar performances, and you argue, and I thought I sometimes think quite rightly that if a couple of players have off days, it's the player's fault. But if, a number of players have off days, then it's the manager's fault. Now that could be a lot to be said for that.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
so
not
the manager,
gonna, I'm not going to totally absolve Eddie Howe of blame. Although I've got to say, as I said in the pre-match, even before the teams were announced, and then after the team, I was very, very happy with the team.
you can't be happy with the team, man. You cannot be happy with the team. That team is not. I told you, and that's why I changed my prediction.
What I'm saying is, when I saw the selection, I was happy.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. The selection, what?
I wasn't happy with the way they played.
Well, but you can't be happy with
for large
with the
portions
formation.
of the game, I was.
Come on, man. There was no in no shape or form where we're going to win this game, or did it look like we were going to win this game?
Well,
it looked like that because
we were winning. We were winning right up until the 84th minute.
We got lucky that we ended up with a goal due to Tonali's unbelievable skill and Walter Mata's prolific self. That he just 2 chances and scores twice with his head. And it looked very good. That right there was the only reason of why we were up 1-0. No other reason. Arsenal had all the shots on target. Pope saved us multiple times. We were under the cush. They were pushing us. And in the second half, it was even worse. And at the end of the day, though, it's just crazy because luck counts. You can't count on luck, but luck counts. We know that. And you got to go. You 1 up. And you can't manage the game. It's unbelievable. And it's on repeat. They equalize. A couple minutes later, they beat you. And it's devastating. We, right now, win our 15th in the league.
How is it that we handled all of their set pieces prior to that? And let's face it, Arsenal are set piece FC. That's where they get... 70% of their goals from set pieces.
Well, that's part of the game.
So how come we handled all of those set pieces? So whatever he did, he was doing right. And then all of a sudden, when we bring on an extra centre back, for God's sake, specifically, presumably, part of the reason, presumably, being to consolidate that fact, that then we concede 2 goals from set pieces. You can't blame Eddie Howe for that.
I can actually. I can blame Pope as well, but Eddie Howe for not doing anything about it.
The point.
But Eddie Howe for not.
You can blame Dan Burn if you want for not jumping, although he actually wasn't his man.
It doesn't matter if he jumps; that he doesn't score.
You can blame Botman for giving the free header away.
But you also can blame Eddie Howe on the fact that he doesn't change.
Errors.
But before the goal, we were still doing that. We grabbed the ball. We were trying to go forward,
the
gung
passing
ho.
was abysmal. Again,
So,
that's not Eddie Howe's fault. The fact that a player can't pass the ball 10 yards.
And the initial tactics
except
didn't
you
work.
could argue that maybe you should take them off and put somebody else on to see if they can pass the ball 10 yards. But again, we're then back to this dilemma. Who does he put on? What would your solution have been? Okay, you're saying
the game is over. The game is over, especially when they equalize. The game.
I'm talking.
We're not playing anymore.
I'm talking about at the start. What would your lineup have been? And I asked you this, and you didn't say what it would have been.
Yeah, I did actually. I did to the point where I changed my prediction.
So you changed your prediction to still do a Newcastle win.
Exactly. No, it was a 1-1 draw, which I would have kept and would have gained some points. It was 1-1 draw, and then because of the lineup, I
changed it.
No, hold on. No, if you were watching at the time, you would know. I said there is no way Eddie Howe is going to play with Dan Burn as left back. I think he has more common sense than that. So I'm going to go with the alternative for this lineup, for the names that I'm seeing, which is the 3 at the back with Livramento on the left wing back and Murphy on the right wing back, as we've seen him play before. And then the midfielders and Gordon with Baltimore up front. If that is the case, I think that's going to be a very much a proactive lineup, an attacking lineup. Therefore, I'm changing my prediction to 2-1 because there is no way in hell that he is going to play Burn as left back. Well, that was done in the first minute because he surely went Burn left back. And since then, we were absolutely knackered. And you can tell Burn was getting skinned left and right by Saka without even trying.
Well, again, you're saying that, and the facts don't back it up because he wasn't.
What facts? What facts? A website.
I watched the game again. Tell me when Saka skinned Burn.
Man, I just can't believe this, man. I just can't believe this. People in the chat.
Well, tell me the exact minutes, and I'll go and look again because it didn't happen.
I don't know the exact minutes, but I know it happened. I know it happened in the first half.
So have you watched the game again?
And yeah, I've watched the game. I watch the game all the time. I don't need to watch it 20 times to know what I saw. I was commentating on the game. You have to watch every detail where the ball is at. So yeah, I watched Saka.
And that's what you watch when you're watching on the telly. I watched Saka. Where the ball is at.
I watched Saka. Yeah, exactly. Saka had the ball. So Saka skinned Burn twice, 3 times. And I criticized Arteta at the time. I was like, man, they want to win. They need to go that way. But obviously they didn't. So they kept doing all.
The reason they didn't because you was getting no change at all out of Dan Burn.
Come on, man.
All you were doing is spouting what everybody's imagining. Go and watch the game again. And tell me, you come back and tell me when Saka skinned Dan Burn.
So you're telling me that if 300 people
skinned Dan Burn once.
No, and
that was midway. That was midway between the centre circle and the D on the about 10 yards in from the wing. That was the only time.
Look, man, it just, and it's not about Dan Burn actually. It's unfair to Burn because he's made it clear also in the interview that that's not what he's getting older now. He shouldn't be doing that. He said it in the interview, and then do it again. Because what is Burn going to tell Howe? No, I can't do that, man. No, he's not. He's going to go out there and say, yeah, I can do it, blah, blah, blah. It's about the manager, man. Why are you putting your player in that position? You're sending your player to get executed in front of 50,000 fans. And that's what happened, left and right. It's unfortunate. Now, I think what Gary mentioned yesterday could have some base to it, which that he is Eddie Howe just doesn't want to chuck either Burn or Botman off, so he decided to go this way. And there's another rumor out there. Not sure if it's true or not, but if it is, it's a very bad rumor that he put Lewis Hall completely out of the squad.
Yeah, I've heard that rumor as well.
Because he didn't want to, because if you put him on the bench, obviously people are going to question why can't he play. So he took him off completely, according to that rumor. I don't know if it's true, but if it's true, that is very bad. It's very bad, But if Botman or choose, man, choose. You're a manager. You're supposed to choose because Chow is not coming off this team ever again. That's a fact. He can't come off again. The poor guy play like that, and then you end up losing. I mean, it's unbelievable because he was actually saving Botman in a few occasions where he bailed Botman out.
Rhetoric. Look at the game again.
What are you on about? So now you're going to say that Chow didn't play good?
I'm not saying Chow didn't play good at all.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying Chow didn't play fucking brilliantly.
Oh my God, man. What is going on, bro? I swear it's 6:14 in the morning. I don't want to argue. I mean, I just don't get why you see, man. But let me ask you this, though.
Well, I'm the same. I don't see what you see.
So there's 300 people that usually agree. Like yesterday on their reaction, they were all agreeing. You're telling me that 300 viewers at the time.
They're like lemons and they've got, like you, they've got agendas.
So everybody's wrong. So everybody else is wrong and you're right. You and your two drunk friends are right.
Rule number 1, the mighty win is always right. Rule number 2, in the event of the mighty win being wrong, rule 1 applies.
I mean, the CMA says the whole game he was getting skinned. I don't know about the whole game, but I do get your point, your sentiment, because you have to try to overcompensate here because he's saying never got skinned, never happened. So obviously you got to say the whole game. But we know what you mean, Sam. We know what you mean. Steven in NUFC, he skinned Burn and got into the box from the right hand side. Exactly, he definitely did that. And again, Arteta Didn't even do anything about it. I would have told Saka, you just keep going. Keep doing that. Did he shite, says PDK. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. The first 10, I think. Looking at minutes, man. I don't know. Dan Burn really struggled with Saka yesterday. Yes, says Jay. Giniesta. I saw Saka skin burn Early in the game. Early in the game.
Once. I said he got done once.
No, he didn't. It wasn't just once, man. It was a common thing. He got
done once, and it wasn't in a dangerous position. It was halfway between the centre circle in the D and about 10 yards in from the touchline.
I agree with Hugh, guys. I think Win has to be gaslighting. That's what I'm saying. I think that's my take now on what Win says. He just wants to take the piss on people, and that's what he's doing that. But at some point, man, we need to say what's best for the club, for the team. And right now, everything's hunky dory. We'll be all right. He says we're 15th in the league, man. Man United are rubbish. They're ahead of us right now.
Yeah, well, let's look at the league.
No.
When we've played
but we got to talk about now. We got to talk about you keep wanting to talk
games
about,
and we've played 3 out the top 6.
What do you mean 3 out the top 6?
Played 6 games. Half of them.
Everybody. Well, of course, everybody's
the team that's second, the team that's 6th.
Everybody's talking. We play Leeds, man. They're higher than us as well. Right. So are you going to say that they're a tough side?
We played Leeds and Wolves.
Oh my God, man!
And we took 4 points from them. 1 point away, 3 points at home.
So we play Leeds. So that means that we're playing against a team that's above us. So that means it's a difficult game. We play Bournemouth, so they're a top.
No, I'm not saying
they're top 16. Come on, man. Your thought process, man, is off, man. That means it's off.
Just saying, everybody is totally overreacting to what was a narrow home defeat in the last minute against the team that's every punter in the world is saying will be challenging for the title. Are we going to be challenging for the title? No, we're not.
Exactly.
Because we haven't got the squad for it yet. We haven't got the players. We haven't got the wage bill.
We spent $200 million pounds, man. So
and we lost the best striker in the league, allegedly.
Yeah, but so you say allegedly, so that means you don't think he is. So therefore, we spent 200 million pounds, and we were in Champions League before.
We haven't replaced him.
We why not? We replaced him. Of course, we replaced him. 69 million pounds for Walter Mata, the guy that you've given.
We haven't been able to play his replacement, Wissa.
That's not his replacement. Get out of here, man. Wissa's not Isak's replacement. What are you on about?
If Wissa had been fit, what did everybody say? Who would have started? Wissa or Walter Mata?
Wissa is kind of most.
Wissa would have started.
Yeah, that's because Eddie Howe's Premier League prejudice.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, but that's not Isak's replacement.
Walter Mata would have been bedded in gradually, the way Eddie does with every player. He would have been bedded in gradually. And Wissa, who is Prem proven, who scored more goals, excluding penalties, than Isak last year, would have been starting. We haven't had him. We didn't have any striker for the first 3 games. Get real, man.
No, you need to get real, because if you actually look and analyze the games, Leeds, it doesn't matter if we had Van Basten and Ronaldo together.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I can actually, because the same thing happened against Bournemouth. We did have a striker, and he didn't even touch the ball. We didn't even give him the ball. With Walter Mata, yes, this whole season, this whole season,
a very good team.
So okay then. So tell us right now where we should be, so fans can be just content with where they're at. Tell us where we need to be. Where is that? Where
we need.
Is this our level? We hit our level then?
No, we haven't hit our level at all.
So what's our level?
We'll get Wissa back, and let's see. I think with the squad we've got, we should be. Certainly, we've had a poor start. We lost 7 points due to the transfer window, due to PIF. So, through not bringing players in. We played 3 games before we got even Walter Mata in.
Yeah. Walter Mata, by the way, since you're now he's the one. You see how this man works. Every time something goes bad with Newcastle, somebody else is at fault. Now Voltemata is the issue. He's not the replacement of Isak. 69 million pounds, and the guy that has gotten 2 services in the box scores 2 goals. 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2.
Hey, whoa,
2 out of 2. Plain and simple. The guy. You've been champion, but apparently, as soon as your player doesn't play good, Dan Burn, and your manager cooks up the game, you have to blame somebody. So you have to blame Voltemata. So now Voltemata is the issue.
I'm not. That's the point. I'm not blaming anyone.
No.
I'm not blaming anyone. This is the trouble.
Why
does everybody have to point the finger?
Because they are responsible for the decisions that are made. They are. Eddie Howe is responsible for the decisions that he makes on the pitch, in his subs, in the lineup, everything. And the players are also responsible to the action.
I was happy with the lineup.
Well, I don't know how you could be happy with that crap. I mean, again, anybody could see that. Anybody could see that.
And you changed your prediction from 1-1 to 2-1 in Newcastle.
And I explained
the lineup.
And I explained why.
My case.
No. And I explained why. I didn't see the lineup as a formation because nobody sees that until the kickoff. But I said, as I explained earlier, there's no way Eddie Howe is going to be this dumb to put left back, De Bruyne as a left back. So I'm going to go with the alternative that Gary came up with that I thought was great. That's going to be an attacking lineup. So I'm going to say 2-1. But sure enough, it didn't happen. So I wanted to change my prediction to 7-0 to Arsenal, but I couldn't at the time anymore. So there you go. That's what's happening. I'll be here. You'll find one fan of yours. Chris, you're always negative, man. So why even support us? If you've gotten out, good to say. It's a long season. We always start slow. So I don't know about you, Mr. Albie, but you kind of like win. They want to do season reviews. They want to do futurism. They always want to talk about what's going to happen.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I want to do a season review when the season's finished.
Yeah, we're going to do that, though. But we got to do shows. Every day we got to have shows. Every day we got to have shows.
The mighty win is proven to be correct.
Nah. We got to do. We got to talk. We got to talk about what happened.
After 15 games last season, 5-5-5, mid-table, 12th in the league. Everybody doom and gloom. I says, give it time.
Listen, we have to talk about
the same with again. The first three games this season. We could have had 9 points.
We have to talk about the game that happened yesterday. We can't be thinking about the future. We got to talk about what happened yesterday, and yesterday was a travesty. That's what it was. And you think that Wissa all of a sudden is going to save all Newcastle's problems? Man, get real, man. You're in for a rude awakening, man.
The problem that we've got is at the minute we can't score goals. And do I believe Wissa will solve that problem? Yes, I do.
What? Go again? What are you talking about? The striker can only score what's available for him. What shot? We only gave Voltemata the ball twice. He scored one. The other one hit the post. He was offside for a few seconds. For a few inches. So what are you talking about? What service are they getting? These strikers getting? How many shots on target did we get that we missed? How many? No, we didn't. I mean, look at the stats. When you look at the stats all the time, right? So look at the stats. What are you talking about? That we how did we play this great football that we all of a sudden we should have won? What are you talking about, man? Shots. 8 shots for Newcastle, 20 for Arsenal. 3 shots on target from us. 1 was a goal.
I tell you what I will.
7 on target for Arsenal.
If you want to look at stats,
come on, man.
Look at the minutes that your man Chow has played, and the goals conceded in those minutes, and then look at the minutes that Dan Burns played.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm not kidding you at all. You were saying you want to look at stats. Look at those stats.
Look at you are so deluded, man. So all of us, again, he does it again, folks. I didn't
bring stats up.
He does it again. You see how he works? This man works. He does it again, man. He blames somebody else other than who he needs to blame. He passes the blame to the best players on the pitch. Voltemata, he passed the blame on Chiao. Malik Chiao was the best center back yesterday on the pitch for both teams. Are you kidding me, man? You see what this man is doing? He is shameless. He has no shame. He wants to blame everybody else instead of the people that need to be blamed. It is laughable, man. Laughable. How can you, man? How can you do that to a fellow Toon player instead of blaming the people that need to be blamed? Unbelievable.
What I
man.
will say
Unbelievable.
is that the number of times that we have conceded equalizers and winners in the last 10 minutes is very much a cause for concern.
So what are you saying now? Chow is the concern.
And is this down to the fact that in those last 10 minutes, because of the relentless running that we do in the first 80 minutes, we haven't got the oomph to be that half a yard quicker in the tackle, or, you know, is fatigue in the last 10 minutes contributing to what has been a continual problem for us of conceding goals from being in winning positions.
What are you trying to say, man? Chow is the problem. We bring Chow in, we give goals up. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is, well, I've just said it.
But why did you bring Chow into this?
I didn't bring Chow into it. You did.
You literally just put up a stat saying that when we bring Chow in, the minutes that he's played, we consider these goals.
I'm just using that as a stat. That just happens to be a true stat.
You're just trolling. You're just trolling. Okay, that's fine. You're trolling. Let me go with some super chats first. Corey D says, "Thank you, mate." It says, "Who did you both have for man of the match for us?" Malik Chow. No doubt about it. Malik Chow, I think overall the whole game was great. You can put Tonali's unbelievable cross. You can put Voltemada scoring the only goal. But out of those three, nobody else deserves any man of the match. But you can say Pope because it kept us alive. I guess you can do that. Mighty win. Wait until you hear this nonsense. Go on then.
Dan Burn was my man of the match. Told you that, after the game.
Come on, man.
Love it. Believe me, together we can change history.
Dan Burn, man of the match, man. I'm telling you, I think he's here just to piss me off and to get my day started in a bad way. I mean, 6:30 in the morning. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's just the biggest troll, and I'm telling you, man. I don't understand what he's talking about. Dan Burn. People in the chat, don't look at the chat, Wayne. Don't look at the chat. Please don't look at the chat. It's not good for you, man. Not good for your health.
But the last thing that'll bother me is the chat.
David Knight, thank you for the super chat there, man. Says, "Hi, Eddie. Is a good manager, but not a great manager." Again, listen. One thing you're never going to hear me say right now at least, I'm never scared of saying it, about that Eddie needs to be sacked, because I don't think that's a healthy solution. Clearly, I think he can still turn things around, but again, you get into the same thing over and over and over of learning.
If you sack Eddie, listen.
Go
Somebody asked me last week. Yeah, sorry, I put it away.
Let's go random super chat first.
Much.
Two simple questions. What is the fundamental problem at Newcastle? And B, what is the fundamental answer? Thank you, Random Access, for the £5, buddy. Thank you very much. Random Access is a superstar, a gifting, always top donator of the channel. And
the fundamental problem.
Common sense. That's the fundamental answer, man. Common sense.
The fundamental problem is that our current fan base
here we go.
Too much.
It's the fan base. That's the problem. You see how this works?
Because, a certain portion of the fan base, they expect us to be in Champions League positions. Because Eddie has had us in Champions League positions 2 seasons out of 4, and we've won our first cup, they suddenly expect us to be up there with the big boys.
That's your problem.
The fact remains that financially, and PSR is ensuring that we stay here, by the way, or trying their best to. The fact is, we haven't got the resources of the other teams, and it's a proven fact that the amount of money you pay your players has a direct bearing on the amount of points you get. We are 9th in terms of salaries, and we are consistently performing above 9th. And the sooner fans can get these highfalutin ideas out their heads and realize, and it's all very well saying, yeah, but you're accepting mediocrity. No, I'm accepting reality. Simple as. Sunderland outspent us in the summer.
So Sunderland, fucking hell, man. I don't get it. Lord, I pray to you to please enlighten me right now and give me patience, guidance, and
Lord,
put your hand over me. Put your hand over me and heal me. Put your hand over me. Give me patience. Give me guidance to deal with this nonsense every day, Lord. I know it's a vain prayer because obviously things are more important than this. But come on, man. You know, what are you on about now? Sunderland are expected to be higher than us because they spend more than us. What are you on about, man? What are you talking about? And stop hinting, by the way. Say it. Say what you need to say. Stop
Sunderland
hinting.
Shouldn't be above us because their salary spend is considerably less than ours. So we should be above Sunderland. And we will be above Sunderland. It's not a problem.
No, that's not a problem. Yeah, you got to get it done, though. That's the thing. Yeah.
And we always do get it done. There's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, David, I think that's what's happening too. But I don't know if he's taking the piss or what's happening here. Question for Win says Stephen, was Dan Burn better than Chow yesterday? In
my opinion, yes, he was.
He's from Blind. You'll never ever beat Dan Burn. He's from Blind. He's from Blind. You'll never ever beat Dan Burn. He's from Blind. You'll never ever beat Dan Burn. He's from Blind.
It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are.
Fucking hell, man. Dude, it's infuriating. Trust me, man. I'm infuriated. I'm embarrassed, really. I'm embarrassed. I want to crawl under my skin. But
that's what Gary's here for, Chris. Chris Chan.
Chris Chan says, why don't you get somebody more neutral? Win too positive and Chris too melodramatic. Lost to Arsenal. World is falling apart. No, not at all. You know why the world is falling apart right now? Right now. The world might get put back together. But right now, the world's not falling apart just because of Arsenal. That's part of the problem. Have you looked at our season? Have you looked at how we performed in Champions League? Have you realized that we've only beaten? I'm sorry.
Have you looked at how we performed in Champions League? We played one game against Barcelona.
Yeah, and we didn't put Walter. We cried that we don't have a striker, but we didn't play the only striker that we got. That's interesting.
I agree with that. I would have played Walter, definitely.
Yeah. So, have you realized that we've beaten 2 teams this season? 2. Dos.
2. Who's the 2?
Do it.
Who's the 2?
We beat Wolves, one of the weakest teams in the history of English football.
Yeah.
And we beat Bradford City, who are the Bantams. You know, the Bantams, and I think they're part of the northwest area of England. Wonderful little, you know, the fans cheering and everything.
Centre of England.
And as I said, I thought somebody was telling me northwest.
Next to Leeds.
And then you know they got a Geordie in the squad, of course. You know he looked like he had a few pints when he was speaking he was being interviewed.
Andy Cook.
Those 2.
Andy
those
Cook.
Those 2.
Andy Cook.
Those 2
he
teams.
Gets the ball and scores a goal. Andy. Fantastic fans, the Bantams were.
Mm-hmm.
Outsung us for 90 minutes. I was ashamed to be a Geordie.
We've beaten 2 teams, folks. 2. Those 2 teams. And this guy expects us to think that we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, man. I'll be the same. I think Jesus are the same. They're about the same kind of clan, you know. They want to stick together. The few. And I'm looking at the table right now.
The
I'm looking at the table. A few drunkards that you meet around St. James's Park mean nothing, man. Critical fans, critical thinkers, man. That's what we need. 15th in the league, folks. 15th in the league. 15th. I mean, that's unbelievable. We are 2 spots from relegation. Do I think we're going to get relegated? Absolutely not. But the fact of the matter is, we got to speak of what happened yesterday. And the same thing, after USG, we got to speak about that game and the game after. Burnley, West Ham, Wolves, Forest, Aston Villa. Aston Villa right now are in flames. They're just 1 spot below us. You go talk to their fans. Go talk to those fan channels. They're in flames. They're devastated. But us, we're gonna be alright, man.
You're right.
We're gonna be okay. Ni bother, man. Ni bother. We're proper knackered. We're proper knackered. But mighty win. He's a guy that's cool, calm and collected.
That's right.
Everything gonna be all right. So, Win, there's your going, Win. Oh, there's a happy clapping. Anyways, it's unbelievable to hear this nonsense, but it is happening. But that is actually.
Unfortunately, we've got to listen to you.
A few things though. I don't ever blame fans because I don't think they have anything to do with it. But Win does the same. He blames fans for what happened on the pitch. But I'm going to do it for the first time. I think fans like this is what's going to really be detrimental for the club moving forward. They are the block that's keeping us from the wheels keep going forward. Fans like that, fans like that. Because they're on and on about Ashley, about the past, and how great we have it now compared to back then, all of that nonsense. And unfortunately, we cannot move forward. And a few of them season ticket holders, by the way, so that's kind of weird. We got to take a look at that. We got to take a look at that for certain. But one thing, let's just come to more of a neutral ground here. And let's go with what actually also was detrimental for us on the pitch. I think a few things that happened, which is the VAR calls. I think that the non-penalty against I think Pope was not a penalty. No matter how much Goldbridge and all them twats want to cry about it, it did hit Pope's foot. Therefore, it's not a penalty. So I think that was a good call. And then
more importantly, hit his foot before he made contact.
Arteta said that he was told the VAR was not going to get involved until it was clear and evident. Well, it was clear and evident that you can't award a penalty, which is a very straightforward. If you give a penalty to somebody, that they're going to score more than likely. So you can't award that. You have to go look at it. So VAR has to be involved. So one thing they did great is that. But they absolutely cuck up at the end because that was a handball. I don't care what you want to say. Arm is extend all the way up. It can't get any higher.
No.
The arm. Straight stonewall penalty.
If that is a natural position when you're lying on the ground.
And listen, I understand that you gotta, because that tackle as he was going, I think was it Gabriel or who was it? Or Saliba, one of the two. Saliba came in the second half. Whoever it was, ran and tackled. That it's common to do that, but it's common that if it hits your hand, it's going to be a penalty, plain and simple. So it's not about intentions. It's not about any of that. It's about plain stonewall handball. So that should have, and it's unbelievable that VAR didn't go for it. Some people saying that it was a reward for the first one. And you can't do that. I mean, what are we doing here? This is a mafia type talk here. You can't be, compensating or doing any of that nonsense. I think that Newcastle really didn't do much about it. I mean, I didn't see Eddie Howe losing his mind. I'd be losing my mind. You better believe it. I'll be getting sent off. That's a stonewall penalty. Players out there argue a little bit, but that's it. I mean, I don't. I don't know what happened there, but ultimately that was a stone. And it could have been 2-2 at the end. But I don't think there's any disagreement with that. Is it a win? Or are you trying to now take a piss out of us as well?
No,
saying
I'm just reading the chat.
Well, don't do it, man. They're coming at you hard, man. Don't do that, man. Just stay off of it right now. For right now, stay off it. Thank God for fans like Wayne's. Oh, Chris Chan, of course, man. Otherwise, it would just be Twitter meltdown.
Chris Chan, that's the first time I've seen Chris Chan in the chat.
Yeah, well, he's been with you all game. But that's
I mean, yeah, today is what I mean. It's the first time I've seen Chris Chan. Listen, man, all I'm saying is it's just a complete overreaction. We've played 6 games.
Oh, here
We've played 3 of them without a striker. We've still only got 1 striker. Just hold your horses before the knives come out. That's all I'm saying. And it was absolute carnage yesterday. It was meltdown. It was as if the world was going to end. And there's no need for it at all. None.
So what do you do then? I mean, you got a lot of fans.
And also, by the way, that forearm smash on Voltemora, that should have been a red card.
That should have been a card. It's a close fist, which we do got something from Voltemora here. Let's take a listen.
How was that battle with Gabriel? Because I think he wanted a
Oh, wait, man, come on. Come on, you little one guy. Play. We're trying to play here. It's loading.
Gabriel, because I think he wanted a
Oh, man, it can't be. Anyway, I'm going to try to play it here in just a second. But right now, Newcastle United is sitting 15th, 16th, just below them. Aston Villa, Forest, Burnley, West Ham, and Wolves. Right above Newcastle, Man United, Brentford, Everton, Leeds, Fulham, Brighton. My God, all those clubs. Chelsea, Man City, Bournemouth, Sunderland, 5th in the league at the moment. Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Crystal Palace, I mean, they've been unbelievable. But Crystal Palace, less their squad is worth less than ours, but that's fine because I don't know for what reason. They're a good club. Why can't Crystal Palace play good with a lesser squad? You're talking about spending. Brent put up a great comment the other day talking about you on about spending win, but what about Bournemouth? What about Crystal Palace? What about Brighton? What about Fulham? What about Leeds that just got promoted? Why do they get with lesser squads? Why do they get to be the amount of points?
See where they are at the end of the season, not after 6 games. Man.
But we got to win. This is what we do here. We have
well,
shows every day. Yeah, well, you do actually. You have to talk about what's happening. You have to talk about the table. You're in the wrong business, man. You want to do a one show a year type thing. That's not what we do. Every day. Content. Every day we got to talk about the Newcastle United. Yeah. Every day we have to talk about what's happening.
We're in exactly the same meltdown situation last season.
This is worse.
After 15 games,
when
we'd won 5, drawn 5, lost 5, and everybody's there, everything's in turmoil. And then what happened? We won 9 on the trot.
You keep saying that Eddie Howe has to learn, but when is he going to learn, man? Because it's 5 years already he's been a Premier League manager.
Well, I say,
when is he going to learn?
My one concern, well, you've got to identify the problem first of all, and after the only credible reason for us conceding as many late goals, as I say, is fatigue. And if Eddie's training regime is no longer, the one thing we could always say was that Newcastle players would be going for 90 minutes. But whether that's physical instead of mental, I don't know. That's worrying. It's worrying that we keep conceding late goals and we don't score that many at all. I think we scored 5 games.
Win.
5 goals.
Again, win. when you're looking at goals, is if okay, we just need to score goals, and we need to get a proper striker instead of Altamade and all them idiots to score. So Wissa now is the hero for Newcastle. Wissa now is already Newcastle's hero. Who haven't even touched the ball 1 minute for Newcastle yet. All of a sudden, he's the answer, right? What chances is he going to score? We are not creating for the striker. We are not win. We're not creating. The team is not good.
That's because, for example, our players don't take enough shots. They want to tippy tappy around the box.
Whose decision is to do that? Whose decision?
Well, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, if you put a Wissa in there, he will have a shot. He'll not look for somebody else. He'll have a dig himself.
Okay.
Maybe we need to instill a more selfish attitude into the players. But one of the big strengths of the team hitherto has been the willingness to work for their teammates, epitomised by nobody better than Murphy. So, like I say, it is very worrying that we keep conceding the late goals, and that needs to be addressed. And let's see how we get on.
That needs to be interesting. We'll see how we get on. Okay, we'll just see then. I was trying to look at the going here to the stats of Newcastle stats at how many chances we created this season, which I can't really look for some reason. I don't know why my computer's
we're about 17th in the league for big chances created.
So that's not the center forward's fault. That's not the center forward's fault. So what you really expect Wissa to you expect Wissa to come down to the midfield, grab the ball, dribble around, get through people, and just score Maradona's 86 goals every game. That's what you expect. Go from one end to the other. Wissa's not going to do any better with this particular case. Dark Side of the Moon here says, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. You're saying win. How many games have we won since the cup win? These issues have been going on for a while.
Well, let's address that. Let's address that point then. Everybody knows that after the cup game, Isaac's attitude was shite. It's well commented on. That was his season was finished as far as he was concerned. So again, we played the last 7 games of last season without a striker and did not show in the points return. And the same the start of this season. As I say, let's get the striker situation sorted out and see where we go from there. Because there's nothing that suggests to me that we couldn't go on another 9-game winning run. And then all this doom and gloom will be history.
But of course it would be. But isn't that common sense? Yeah, of course it would be. If you win 9 in a row, yeah, that goes away. But it's common sense, man. You keep going at the fans. They're whinging because we are 15th in the league and have beaten Wolves only in the Premier League and beat Bradford in a combined. That's what they're whinging about. So I think they have a right to be.
And they're not taking into consideration the circumstances.
What circumstances, man?
The circumstances that we played the first
We've shot ourselves in the foot. We shot ourselves in the foot big time.
That we could have had 9 points from, by the way, because we created multiple chances against Aston Villa, just didn't convert them. Leeds was a bad day at the office, but it was a good away point.
Here we go with the bad day at the office type of nonsense. Bournemouth was another bad day at the office.
Bournemouth wasn't a bad day at the office.
It wasn't.
No.
So we deserve to win or something? Is that what you're saying?
We got a point at Bournemouth away from home. Bournemouth, this is the same Bournemouth who've beaten Tottenham away.
So, for example, right, against Leeds, right, I'm looking at this, right, for against Leeds. So we didn't have a striker, like you say. Yeah, we had Osula there, who you said is our top striker. Therefore, we are lucky not to have sold him. So pick your poison there, because do we value Osula or we don't? So which one is it, right?
What I would have said was,
yeah. So
as much as I don't rate Osula, was it fair to drop Osula when he's what, top scorer.
So,
Remember he said,
okay.
2 goals against Bradford. No. 1 goal against Liverpool as well.
Yeah, right. But after that, you still wanted him out because you didn't rate him perfectly. So against Leeds, we didn't have a center forward, as you said, right? A proper one. So we had Numpty Osula there, who you now rate all of a sudden. We created 0 big chances missed.
When have I said I rate Osula?
0. If you're arguing that we're lucky not to have sold him and he's our top striker, then that means you're rating him. Or what the hell are you talking about? You're speaking out of both sides of your mouth then. Do you rate him or you don't?
Because at the time we were going to sell him, we'd only just that very day actually bought Wissa.
Okay. So 0 big chances against Leeds. 0 big chances missed against Leeds. 0. You tell me what Brazilian Ronaldo would have scored. 0 big chances created. 0. 1 for Leeds. Leeds. 1. So what happened then?
What's your point?
What are the big chances that a proper center forward would have scored? I want to know that.
I've just said Leeds was a bad day at the office.
Oh, okay. Leeds was a bad day. So that's a bad day at the office. Let me go to Bournemouth then. Don't worry about it. I'll go to Bournemouth. So that was a bad day at the office. We classify that one, right? Bad day at the office. So now let me go with Newcastle versus Bournemouth. Let's go with that. Was it 0-0 September 21st? There we go.
That's it.
So let's go with stats. Let's go with stats.
Clean
so
sheet
now,
away from home against a quality team.
So now we have, as far as that's concerned, a proper center forward. We got Voltemade in, right? So we got that one. Big chances created for Newcastle, 0. Big chances missed, 0. Total shots on target, 1. Total shots overall, 4. What are the big chances that Voltemade, now having a proper striker, missed? What are the big chances that we created that we missed? That having Wissa will change. What were they?
We went to Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't. When are you going to understand? Voltemade is not going to fit into the system that we've spent 3 years perfecting in order to feed Isaac. It's going to take time to change the way we play and to embed Voltemade into the system so that we can feed him equally as well as we used to feed the rat.
Okay.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this is so it's the fans' problem then. Nobody else. Newcastle are doing proper. We're doing great.
It's problem at all.
No, but you said that it's the fans that have their expectations are way above. Yeah, which, by the way, I don't understand these fans' expectation. What they said, I don't think I've heard ever in the chat, for example, say somebody we need to be first top of the league. We need to be a Champions League winning team. I've never heard any of that. I think most fans just want to win the game here and there, but we're not even doing that. We're not even creating. We're not even putting a proper striker against Barcelona. We're starting with Dan Burn, 6'7", slow as a turtle, is a left back. I think that's what fans are whinging about. Not even losing against Arsenal that's the problem. It's how we're losing that's the problem, in my opinion. But let's go with what the fans are saying to finish the show then with some chats and see. I've seen that you start a few, so let's go on with those there if we can. Mighty win. Gavin Fuller says, I want to know why Eddie Howe has changed from saying we play every game to win. Now he says we try to get something out of the game. Well, you tell me, man. I'm not sure. But Eddie is. I don't know. Albie says Win talks to Jordis, and most say they won Howe. Chris talks to the internet and sees that is gospel. FFS man. So again, most Jordis want Howe. I think. I don't know who you're speaking to. I want Eddie Howe to stay, but it's a good Newcastle United fan. I follow Newcastle United, not Eddie Howe. Therefore, I'm going to criticize Eddie Howe when I see fit, because that's what I do here. Plain and simple. I don't have any relationship, any obsession, any I don't worship Eddie Howe, none of that. So I call it out for what I see. I have never
criticized Eddie Howe.
Yeah, but then 2 minutes later, you say everything's fine. And so, we got to wait and see. You keep saying, we got to wait and see. And that's fine. And ultimately that's why I advocate for it, because I'm not calling him to be sacked. So I say, yeah, we're gonna have to see. But I'm still gonna criticize it, but I'm not gonna add a but at the end. I'm just gonna criticize what I see, plain and simple, because I don't want to sugarcoat it. He needs to learn from his mistake, or else he'll be sacked. He needs to learn already. It's 4 years already he's been a Newcastle United manager, probably 5 already almost. So he's going to have to start figuring it out, because the clock is ticking, mate. The clock. Are you going to take us to the next level, yes or no? That's the question.
That is the question.
So
what have I said
proving
about that?
You know,
what
you
have I
said
said about that? I've said we'll find out.
Yeah,
because I'm not convinced that Eddie, when he is fully backed and has a proper squad,
he's been back and he has a proper squad now.
Well, he's got the best squad that we've ever had. So yes, he should.
He's been back and he has a proper squad. So we should be doing better.
But let's get them all bedded in, and let's see where we'll go from there.
Stephen NUFC.
I'll be the first to say he's got to go because he has been backed this summer. Unfortunately, as is normally the case with us, you could argue that we've still got Voldemort, but you could argue the other 2 main players were brought in Wissa and Ramsey have been unavailable, which was exactly the same when we improved the 22-23 Champions League qualifying team. We brought in Tonali and Barnes, and they were both out for nearly the full season.
The only issue is that are we waiting for a squad that never gets hurt?
Well, what I'm saying is, if we'd had Tonali in 23-24 and 24-25, sorry, we wouldn't have finished 7th. Would have finished challenging for the title.
We did have him in 24-25.
23-24 when we finished 7th.
Yeah.
When he was banned for the season.
All I'm saying is, they start getting points and getting this team to playing right, because he's not going to last. He's not going to last. I'm telling you. So I'm dealing for your own sake.
Well,
for your own sake, man.
And the other thing I'm going to say is, be careful what you wish for.
It ain't no be careful what you wish for.
All we'll end up doing then, we'll go on a Chelsea manager go around or a Man U manager go around.
I don't want him to be sacked, because I don't think that's the answer. But he needs the proper ball again.
Someone asked me the other day if persuade Klopp to come out of retirement, would you have Klopp instead of Eddie? And I said, in a heartbeat.
Okay, we gotta go with the comments here. Tom Spencer, literally, there's no service. Wissa isn't just going to make us top team. I agree with that. Steven in UFC, we don't look like we're going to score, though. That's the problem. Ricky D, 64 possession for Arsenal at our ground. Are we Burnley or Champions League team? There you go.
Well,
proper fan.
You've answered your own question. Yes, we're a Champions League team.
But we're not looking like it. That's what Rick is saying. But you don't get that. It's simple. Alan Grimurtry, still feel squad is better than last season. Just going to take time. I agree. That should be better. So the team should be, the manager should be getting this team to play in the right way. He has a better squad. And you're not going to get a team that doesn't have injuries. That's never going to happen.
Correct.
So get over it and get the team playing good. Aaron Keith, Chow was one of our best players yesterday. I agree with that.
Agreed.
NUFC Truth, 12 goals win, not 35. You make up stats to fit you. Says NUFC Truth. I know.
12 goals, not 35. What was that about?
I'm not sure there, but just let us know. Jay, I agree with Win. Goals are coming with Wissa back soon, and Voltamata, 2 goals from 2. We have a lot of height, although good, can also go against us with speed on the pitch. Alec McMurtry here says, what are you on about fans? We'll back Howe to take us down. What a load of crap. I guess it's telling you, because you only back Howe blindless. So I'm not sure there. But Alan, the Scottish man, and by the way, Arsenal gave us a good, proper hiding yesterday. So you got to take it in the chin. Lee McFarlane, time to bring.
Give us a good hiding at all.
Yes, they did.
2-1.
Proper good hiding.
In the last 10 minutes.
They did. They spanked us, man. We got lucky. Game wasn't over by the first half. We got lucky. What those goals go in? Pope made some unbelievable saves. You know, if one of those goes in, come on, man. Lynn McFarland
goes in.
What Murphy? Murphy didn't do nothing. What are you talking about, Murphy? Another absentee, man. It should have been Ilanga the whole time.
So you can't remember Murphy getting the ball through and run onto it. Great ball.
No, I can't. Must have been not that good of a chance. Lynn McFarland. Time to bring out a bit of ragtime jazz, says Lee. Chris Hintonio. That's what my great-granddad listened to, proper tune. What was it listened to earlier? Ricky D. Why did Joe Linton confront Arteta after the game? Go home. We lost. I'm not sure. I think it was with another player, though. Somebody that was another player said something or something. I don't know. Question. True says, Chris, please ask Win my question. Where are the 9 wins coming from?
19 wins.
19 wins. I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. You get to losing these points early in the season. You think that you're going to make them up, and it'll be all right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Done. Yeah, okay. And you're counting on the team going on a 9-game run. You see how difficult that is. We've done it once, and we expect to do that every year now.
On a 7-game run the season before.
Man. NUFC Truth. No, we didn't. We didn't go on any run the season before, man. Stop lying. NUFC Truth. Chris Esquire. Oh, yeah, we read that one. Jay, we are 15th. PIF want us number 1. PIF done their job, so it's about the manager now. Darren Lee, we lose to Ange on Sunday. It won't look good. Nick Nipples says, Eddie has to choose between Butman and Byrne. What happened to our high intensity yesterday? Let's focus on our wide men who have been non-existent so far this season. Jordy Dan, Voltamara is not being provided ammo by our subpar wingers. Exactly, man. Steve, when you said wait till the window closes, then we can judge the club. We weren't ready at the start of the season. We're paying the price now. Well, that could be actually. Exactly. John Mitchison, for me, Eddie is now playing not to lose now. And the high intensity, oh my God, that first part, it's gutting, man. Gut-wrenching. The high intensity has been a big drop-off, especially yesterday. Arsenal were out of the blocks from the off. Mick Bingley says, fatigue. I get out of my bed at 4:30 and work till 6 p.m. Monday, Friday, and Saturday morning. I'm 65, so fatigue bollocks. I agree with that. I agree with that, mate. Dr. James.
But you're not running 10,000 kilometers in...
But that's what they get paid for, man.
An hour and a half.
These twats train for an hour and go home and get paid hundreds of thousands a week. Get out of here, man. Run. Dr. James, losing to Arsenal was a dagger to Liverpool, so wasn't that bad of a... Losing to Arsenal was a dagger. To Liverpool wasn't a bad result. I think it was. Geo Toon, poor Palace getting rated, but still winning because Glasner is a winning champion manager. He finds a way. Where's house? And last but not least...
If you're arguing, do I think Glasner's a first-class manager? Yes, I do.
Lee McFarland, if our wingers aren't doing it on the wing, why not load up the midfield and adjust our tactics? Getting fed up of blunt wing play from left to right, says Lee McFarland. Well, thank you for all your chats there. Listen, we gotta go. I gotta go back to work. Actually, you know, I can't tell my job that I'm exhausted, so I can't go to work. So I just have to get it done. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a lovely, lovely show with me and the Mighty. Win ain't going nowhere, man. You know he's a wanga. He'll be here, happy clapping. He got scared yesterday, though, man. He's like, man, I cannot handle this truth. I'm leaving.
You know, the super negativity does. I'm you know, I like to be chill
realism
and relax.
Hey, realism, man. It's realism.
Exactly, realism.
That's what it is.
Where we are in the pecking order. Realize where we are.
Where we are in the pecking order. We are 50, folks.
Don't over-expect.
My word to Newcastle fans, don't expect. Be realistic. Stop expecting to be better. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me pull this back up. Let me see. Newcastle fans out there, listen to my voice. Listen to Mighty Win. You are who you are. Okay? You are who you are.
We are who we are.
It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are.
You are who you are. Don't think that you are better than Fulham, than Leeds, than Everton or Brentford. You're not better than them. You are scum of the earth, Newcastle. You are
Yes, we
below
are better
Brighton.
than them.
You are not better than Bournemouth or Sunderland. You are below them. Understand your position. Know your place, Newcastle. You are 15th, and that's where you deserve to be, according to the Mighty Win. We'll see you later on tonight at 9:30 p.m. with the
After
panel.
6 games.
Hope for some
we
realists.
didn't have a striker.
Thank you to Corey D. Thank you to David Knight. Thank you to Random Access. Thank you to Dark Side of the Moon. All of you for super chatting right away. Thank you very much indeed. All of you. Love and peace in the Middle East. Love and peace. Love and peace. Not peace. Love and peace. Anyways, we'll see you later, folks. Take care.
Away the lads.